This is the intro. We're doing Reddit. Welcome back to Reddit. It's me and Julia, your favorite. What's the topic today? Whatever I found on Reddit. It's mostly true off my chest for this episode. I think we're going with like relationship-esque. Um, enjoy. This is Reddit.
Are you posting this when you're unedited?
Yes.
Okay.
We have Reddit videos because you guys seem to like Reddit, and I like reading and giving my
I was with
opinion.
her. I was with her when she was picking these stories out, and I kid you not, every five
Oh, I forgot
seconds
my
it was just
drink.
it was like a laugh or like a oh or like a oh. You guys can't see, but she just got up and walked away. She's gone. Oh, she's back.
Back. Forgot my monster. You guys, first story. It's a cute one. It's a positive one. It was even marked positive on Reddit. Chew off my chest. Today I got reminded how much I mean to my husband. Oh, cute. Burn! Cute. My female 32 husband, male 35, and I were on our way to meet up with some friends of ours. I love talking about what I dreamed of the night before since my dreams are always quite funny and my husband mostly forgets his or doesn't dream at all. He told me that this night he had a very realistic dream where he went 100 years back to the past. Me being curious as how it was for him being in the early 1800s, but his answer quite surprised me. Terrible, because I realized you were not there. And then he suddenly started to tear up. He told me that for him, that feeling of knowing he will never see me again in his life was so terrible and felt so real that he actually woke up crying. Since I also cry immediately when I see people crying, we kind of sat in the car, cry laughing while I was looking for some tissues and tried to console him. I don't want to talk to my friends about it, since he doesn't show these kinds of emotions around them, but I had to get it off my chest. His reaction to him remembering the feeling that he had in his dream moved me so much, still does, reminding me again of how much I am loved by him. I feel so happy and lucky to have him as my husband. This is my first big post, and English is my second language. I apologize for every grammatical error that may appear, or if this is the wrong thread for that. Shut up, you're cute. Stop talking.
I hate you.
I hate you.
But that was
But also,
so
like, that's
cute.
so cute. That is the cutest thing I've played. I love positive things. That's so cute. Whoa.
Oh, there's a cat.
Ah. Imagine someone loving you that much. Okay, but me and Julia are married. If I woke up and Julia wasn't here, I'd start crying. Julia is my wife.
That's true.
That's not happening. Julia is here. She stay here. That's my wife.
Always.
I would cry if Julia disappeared.
I would cry if you disappeared. Fun fact. I was
I
listening
think
to
I know what you're gonna say.
what?
I think I know what you're about to say. Go go.
I don't think you do because this
Oh.
literally just happened to me last night.
Oh, never mind
I
then.
was, I was listening to a song and it was all like I've never seen this song in this way, but we were on the phone together
Mm.
and I was listening to this song and at the very end it says you gotta get better, you're all that I got, and I was like, but what if RJ goes away?
I thought you were gonna reference the time when I made a joke and I said that I'm gonna die before you and Yellowy, and I made you cry.
Yeah, you did. She was talking about how she has
Sorry.
lupus and she's gonna die first, and I was devastated.
To clarify, it doesn't actually mean I'll die first, but I have a chronic illness and it's very unexpected what can happen. But I'm gonna live. I'll live forever. Don't cry. Story number 2. My ex fiance cheated on me, and it was the best decision he ever made. Bless me.
Like, for his sake or for yours?
Don't know. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. In November, my 22 female, now ex-fiance, 22 male, suddenly dumped me out of the blue. We had plans on getting married and living together. After dozens of long talks, he continued to put the blame on me for why we weren't working out, and he told me that I needed to work on myself. I would, pathetically, ask for him to give us another chance, but he was firm in his decision. We said our farewells and left it at that. We were together for almost 7 years. I fell into an extreme depression and didn't want to get up most days. Looking back, I was incredibly codependent and he encouraged it. He wanted me to be helpless. That entire time period still feels unreal to me. Toward the middle of January, an old childhood best friend and I started talking again to catch up with each other. What started as a rare chat here and there slowly became every day of talking to each other. They truly helped me pull through the darkness, and I'm extremely grateful. I began to start realizing how much I loved them, but would guilt myself into hiding it. I didn't want to hurt them. I didn't want the reason for another break for I didn't want to be the reason for another heartbreak. I thought X would be coming back too, and that I needed to be loyal and wasn't allowed to love another. Around April, my ex suddenly called me and explained that he needed to tell me something. He told me it was weighing too much on him. He cheated on me before ending things with me. I felt like the healing I did shattered into a million pieces. I thanked him for his honesty and hung up. After sitting and processing it, I laughed and realized it didn't matter anymore anyway. I liked someone else, and I was more than allowed to like someone else. My now partner and I have been together for some time now, and thinking back, getting cheated on was the best gift my ex could have given me. I gained new friends, began a love for someone in a healthy way, and experienced things that have made me all the wiser. My previous relationship was a heap of traumatic garbage. I know what a healing relationship is now. Sorry, what a healthy relationship is now, and I'm so damn happy. Maybe this is
Good.
just like positivity day.
Yeah. We
Damn.
love positivity.
I love when I think one of the things about like maturing and growing is whenever you have a relationship like that and you look back and just being like finding out information now about the past, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Like it's just instead of looking back and being like that was so terrible, like that time was so bad, you look at it in a positive way of like cheating does suck, but I'm grateful it happened so that I could heal and so
Yeah.
that I could help move on because like her finding out he cheated made it so she was like, oh well then I can actually go pursue this and I have no reason to feel guilty. And
Well, yeah,
I love that so much.
but that's who cheated on me.
Yeah.
And then I was so upset, like so upset. And it was like it's been almost a year now, and I still was like I was like quote unquote over it, but like it was still in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
And then something happened, like he came back and he was like trying to flirt with me while also still having a girlfriend. And I was like his new girlfriend, and I was like, this makes me feel so much better knowing that you do it to like almost everybody, and it almost gave me more closure that I
Mm-hmm.
needed. And then I was like, you know what? It's done. It's locked in the.
Yeah. Not that we want people to be cheated on.
No, 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 no.
It's just
It's
like
just
it wasn't me.
it wasn't just me.
Cuz like
And I feel really bad for her. I really do, and I really hope she figures it out.
yes, we my thing is I pity one of my exes so immensely much and I'm told like I shouldn't, but I pity them because of the way that they're going about things for themselves is very damaging not only to themselves but to other people.
Yeah.
And I just feel really bad because they're just like jumping from people to people. And the way that it's going to inevitably just hurt them so much and hurt other people. And I feel so much pity for that, that instead of like growing and choosing to like do better and like become a better person, they're just doing this vicious cycle. And I feel so bad for the people and for them. Like,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, it weighs nothing on me. Like,
Yeah.
oh no. Like I have pity, but it's not gonna consume me. I don't think about it often. Like, good for her. I'm happy. She's in a healthy relationship. Good for you, babe.
Good.
22 and in a happy relationship. Oh, woohoo! The comments are just like, thank you for telling this and like. Ooh, one comment. I don't think he admitted it out of guilt. I think he told you because he saw that you were moving on, and he wanted to break you once more. His pathetic attempt failed. I'm so glad you're moving on with someone else, and you have learned to heal.
Don't do it.
I know what it's like to get out of a codependent relationship. It is hard at first, but you learn to cope and adjust. You're right. It is for the better. I just remember that you're strong now for having had the experience. I wish you luck in your new relationship. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. He just came back to say that. Even if you have a guilty conscience, you don't need to tell that person. You don't need to go back and tell them something that you know is going to hurt their feelings.
Yeah, one of my exes did that.
They're just trying to hurt you at that point. No,
Like,
what they're doing is they're doing something selfish. Even if it's like, oh my god, I have to tell them. It's selfish to tell them. Don't. Like, they don't need to know that you don't need to hurt somebody like that. Just keep it to yourself. Scream! Julia's currently getting attacked by her cat, Weasley. Scream. Just start going, ah! Aha! This is not a positive story. Sorry, guys. This story is not. Sorry. We're out of the positivity. We're back into real Reddit.
oh, fun.
Found out he was cheating today. Sorry. Back to the negative. Okay.
Um,
Been together going on 4 years. He prides himself on being faithful. Rolling eyes emoji. I've been faithful 100%. Anyway, he picks with me all the time. Starting arguments, everything in the relationship has been blamed on me. He has this thing where if I curse, yell, or cut him off while he's talking, I'm being disrespectful. Yet he does the same thing to me, and when I call him out, he makes excuses. So he considers me disrespectful. He will expect me to sit and let him talk for 20-30 minutes uninterrupted. When he does, I try to respond. He walks off while I'm talking. So Thursday, I told him, "You're very disrespectful, and if you can't give me the same respect, then just shut the fuck up when talking to me." Damn. He normally gets off work around 4 and is home by 4:30. He's always home if he isn't at work. Well, Friday night, 11:45 p.m., I sent a text and said, "Look, I won't call you and interrupt what you're doing. Just thumbs up my text so I know you aren't dead or in jail." He says, "Chill, I'm just now leaving work." Got home at almost 12:30 a.m. Next day, he left at 5 p.m. and returned at 10:30 p.m. This morning before church, I checked his pants pocket, something I never do. 2 condoms in his pocket. I woke him up and showed him the condoms. I said, "I thought you were at work." He says, "What?" and just stared at me. I got up, got ready for church, and left. Later that evening, we got into an argument where he decided to call me a WHORE. I said, "No, you're sleeping with them. I can keep my private to myself, unlike you." He says sorry, that's good. That was good. Sorry. He decided to call me a WHORE. I said, "No, you're sleeping with them. I can keep my privates to myself, unlike you." He says he will talk about this once he's ready. Well, I never want to hear it. This is so heartbreaking. Dude, she ate him up, left no crumbs.
No, she did.
She
Got it.
ate him up.
Start checking pants pockets.
Start checking pants pockets. He will comment. He will talk once he's ready. Watch this man come up with the most outlandish story and reasons why he had condoms. Then indirect and blame you for his cheating. Sigh, he's a loser. Girl, he's been blaming you for everything and like being disrespectful. Leave. Don't let a man disrespect you. Don't let anyone disrespect you. From experience, when you let someone disrespect you once and you gloss over it, they will keep doing it because they will see you as a doormat. Yeah. They will just keep doing it. If you are always going to be there, like I once had an ex who walked all over me and I kept letting it happen. Finally, when I stood on business, they came crawling back and were like, "Please, please, please." And I was like, "No," because they saw me as an option to be there. They're like, "Nobody else is here." That is truly what it was. I was the last option, and they knew that I was somebody who would be like, "Oh, that they have nobody else," and roll over. Except for this time, I stood on business, and I did it. Don't be doormats, babes.
Yeah.
This goes for everybody. My women, my men, my non-binary friends, everybody. Don't let someone destroy your peace, because your peace is more important than anything on the planet.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole for not buying my brother-in-law a bed he was asking for his birthday after finding out he was saving for a trip to Universal Studios? Okay. My brother-in-law, 24 male, has been asking me to buy him a bed for his birthday. He lives with my mother-in-law and has always been awful with money. I found out he makes $1,000 a month on a good month and struggles with his half of rent with his mother. He works at a fast food place and doesn't want to ask for more hours because he explained he simply doesn't want to work more than he already is. He works 2 days a week, 16 hours total, and explains that his anxiety keeps him from wanting to work because his boss won't let him listen to music while working, and he isn't allowed to be on his phone at work, which he sees as removing his rights as a human. He called me asking for help to buy him a bed for his birthday. He, for some reason, sends everyone in the family a list of all the gifts he wants for his birthday. He's 24. And asked me for a bed because he's been sleeping on a couch since he moved in with his mom again. I told him I'd consider it and truly don't mind. It's only $200. He explained he can't afford it and is struggling to even buy one anytime soon. This week, though, I found out he's been saving to go to Universal Studios theme park, and he's trying to save $3,000 to go for a week next year. So I told him I'm not going to buy him his bed. I know I'm not his father, but something in me feels annoyed that he's telling me he can't buy a bed and he needs, but is saving up for a trip to essentially Disneyland. I told him he needs to use the money he's saving
Oh,
for the trip to
man.
buy his bed because it takes priority. Again, it's not about the money. I do well for myself. It makes six figures. It's about the issue of asking for help when you won't help yourself. Am I the asshole for removing my offer to get it for him?
There's a difference between wanting to go on a trip and saving up for a trip and asking for something for your birthday.
Do you think he should have
I
bought the bed?
well, I'm not gonna lie, $200 for a bed is kind of expensive. But also, I he first of all, I don't know. Instead of asking for the bed, he could have said, "Do you want to help chip in for the bed?" Instead of asking for the whole $200.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he's not balancing his money out well enough for like saving for the trip and also getting stuff that he needs, that is low key on him.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's saying, like, instead of buying him this bed or putting money towards the bed, he's putting all of his money towards the trip.
But yeah, don't do that. Don't put all of your
No.
money into a trip.
Mm-mm.
You need money for things
Yeah.
like a bed.
My other thing is, I understand having anxiety about going to work and wanting to listen to music.
Yeah,
There are places that let you listen to music. So, like,
yeah.
going in to an interview or, like, after getting hired, explain, like, is it possible because I have anxiety that I can listen to music very quietly? Because, like, at where I work, the people who bus tables, they're allowed to listen to music. And the people in the kitchen, they play music back there. Like, there's jobs that will let you do that. It's about finding them so that you can. But it's also, from what I understand, this guy's not about to go find a new job. And also, finding a new job is really hard. So I can't really just sit here and be like, go find a new job. That's hard.
No, but there's a difference between
But
finding one and trying.
true. And also, he works 16 hours a week, 2 days a week. He could, if he wants to go on this trip, why wouldn't you take a little extra? Because my thing is, I understand anxiety. I understand, like, working hours. Like, I work. I have anxiety. Like, sometimes it's a struggle. But he's not doing anything to help himself, which is the problem.
Try to find an at-home job. At-home jobs pay really well.
True. Or it was just like a job that, like, whatever your spikes your anxiety, find a job that you aren't
Doesn't.
dealing with what is spiking your anxiety. Like, say it's people, find a job where it's like stocking shelves at night or doing things like that. Again, it's not as simple as going and finding a job, but trying to look is better than
Putting
suffering and
effort
only
into looking
putting
is
very
better.
minimum hours in
Yeah.
and not helping yourself. But I definitely think he's 24. He could do some growing up and getting a better job. If, because in my opinion, I understand why he's like, I'm not gonna buy you a bed. You have money to buy you a bed. You're just refusing to put your priorities correctly. So I understand that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I definitely understand that. Not everybody said not the asshole, which I agree. He's not an asshole for doing that. This brother needs to. Yeah, he was in fast food. You can't listen to music in fast food. I would know. Try going for like a restaurant. Going for like busing at a
Yeah.
restaurant. That'll help you.
You can put headphones in. That's what
Yeah, I'm
my
with this
job.
person. It's reasonable to buy him a $200 bed, but This is your brother-in-law. It's not your kid, it's not anything like that. This is your brother-in-law.
Yeah. Because like yeah, at my job, I'm not gonna lie, we're not allowed to, but we all connect our phones to the speaker and start a Spotify jam and just listen to our own music and blast our own music, which we're not supposed to, but it helps with a lot of anxiety
Mhm.
because people at our work are low key really mean. So it helps.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my sister's boyfriend to not propose to her? I
It
know this one.
depends.
I read this one.
It depends. Do you know that your sister cheated on him? Because if you do, then you're not the bad person for saying something.
It's crazy. This was a little nuts. Like,
Is this one
okay.
that I kept hearing noises from the other day when you were reading me?
Probably. I, 28 female, have a fraternal twin sister who's dating my fiance, 24 male's younger brother, 29 male.
That's actually kind of cute, but
Mhm.
whatever.
My fiance and I are getting married in September. My sister has made several comments about how awful my new last name will be.
But you're what?
She also has said similar things throughout her relationship. She told me that should that she could never marry her boyfriend because she just can't have his last name. I told her that she doesn't have
Don't
to
take
take
his
his
last
last
name
name.
then.
Yeah. I told her that she doesn't have to take his last name. There are plenty of women who keep their maiden name when they get married or for various reasons. She disagrees and said she doesn't want to keep our maiden name. She wants to have a traditional marriage where she takes her husband's last name. Last
Well,
weekend, she went with me to buy clothes for
oh,
my honeymoon. While we were out, I asked her if her boyfriend proposed to her. They've been dating for 3 years now, and my fiance told me that his brother was looking for an engagement ring. I didn't tell her this, but simply brought it up in regular conversation
okay.
since we were shopping for my honeymoon outfits, and she kept saying, I can't wait to try on wedding dresses one day, and the like. She told me she would say, only if you change your last name. I told her that she was really selfish, that it was really selfish of her to give an ultimatum like that to someone who loves her and wants to
Yeah.
marry her. She rolled her eyes at me, said I so I said, "Seriously, would you really turn him down because of his last name?" She firmly said, "Yes. I just can't have that name." So I asked why she was even with him, knowing it won't lead to marriage, and she replied, "I don't know. I just dropped it." Yesterday, her boyfriend came over to talk with my fiance and pulled up photos of rings to ask my opinion on which one my sister would like. I told him the truth. She wouldn't marry him. That she will say no if he asks because of his last name. He asked me if she told me this and I told him yes. He broke up with her today. He didn't tell her why, but my sister knows it was because of me. Now my aunt and uncle who raised us are upset with me and said it's only going to be really uncomfortable at my wedding for everyone. But wouldn't it
Oh
still have
no.
been if he asked and she said no? Should I just have let it play out?
I think you're saving him more of a heartbreak than well, like obviously he's still heartbroken, but getting I feel like getting told no is more upsetting. I don't
Sorry,
like this face you're
I
making.
read the update.
I can tell like the face you're making right now.
This sister is vile.
The the one that did
Yes.
marry.
Yes.
Oh no.
Well, I knew she was kind of bad with the. I'm not gonna marry him because of his name, but I'm gonna take up 3 years of his life. Like
Yeah, that's so like if that's something you're worried about, why start dating somebody with
what?
a lesson that you don't
Oh
like?
my
Obviously,
god.
you can't help who you fall for and stuff like that, but
But if you know you're not gonna marry them and you want to get married, so does the other person.
exactly, don't waste
Come
3 years of
on.
this person's life.
Oh my god. Okay. This sister sucks. Not OP, the sister. Okay, you ready
Yeah,
for the update?
yeah.
Dude. My sister is only upset with me because she didn't get to turn him down when he proposed, and I ruined that for her.
She wanted to turn him. That is so mean.
She's not upset that the relationship ended. She's upset that she wasn't the one who got to end it.
What the heck?
No. You are a terrible human being. My hands are sweating.
Taking all her rings off.
I hate I can't stand this. I'm sweating. Why? Why are people terrible? What? Top comment. Oof. Sorry, I had a grimace at me saying that. Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place. I don't think there was really a win to this scenario. Agreed. Especially if he was hoping to buy the ring and propose before the wedding. Maybe if you could have persuaded him to wait until after the wedding, but then he still may have wanted to go ahead and buy the ring. I guess it's better for him to know that she wouldn't marry him because of his last name. Damn, she's petty and clearly doesn't love him that much. Before he drops a pretty penny on a nice thing. Whether they broke up now or when he proposed and said no, especially if before the wedding, your wedding would have always been awkward. Sorry for the drama that's happening now, and that the taint of the drama will consume the lives of being married to her ex and then always being attached.
That, like,
Dude.
okay.
She's just disrespectful. She's all around an a-hole. Like, screw that sister. She's horrendous.
Yeah.
That's just, oh my god, she wasted someone's 3 years. Oh my god. He could have found love in someone else. The wedding would have been awkward either way. Like, auntie, unky, you can sit over there. It's gonna be awkward if he was proposing before, and it's gonna be awkward anyways when they're married. Everybody's just gonna need to get over it. Oh, this is also from 4 days ago, so like they're getting married this September. Don't get over. Okay. If the sister and brother truly love the groom and bride, they will put it aside.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how much the sister loves OP because if she could be lying for all we know. My Lanta. Am I the asshole for refusing to wear a bracelet I wanted, but my husband paid for? Sorry, I forgot how to read. I, 29 female, wanted to buy a bracelet for myself because I finally had a job after searching for a long time and wanted to treat myself. My husband, 35 male, suggested I buy it from his parents because they run a jewelry store and they'd offer me a great deal. That had been my plan anyway, so when we visited them, they live in another state, I went by their store and had a look at what they had in stock. I decided on a piece, but didn't take it right away, as I needed to withdraw some cash. A few days later, I overheard my husband talking to his mom about me, but couldn't hear what it was about. Parentheses, contact info. There had been some negative talk in the past about my struggling to find a job. I wanted to know if that's what it was about. Parenthesis end. I asked my husband later what they were discussing about me. He said nothing, but I got the feeling he felt caught out. Then he said he was talking about the bracelet I wanted, and he was going to buy it. I said I was happy to buy it for myself, but he insisted. But he insisted and said he'd sort it out. I was thankful and said okay. Then after we returned home, I asked about the bracelet. He said he was going to give it to me later, maybe my birthday. I was annoyed because I wanted to buy the bracelet and wear it, like immediately, and that's what I would have done if he hadn't bought it. He said he paid for it, and that was a nice thing to do for him to do. I agreed, but said if he kept it, then it felt like he took it from me and was making me wait to get something that I had prepared to pay for myself. We had a low-level fight about it, after which he said I can just have it right then. I said I didn't even really want it anymore because now every time I wear it, I will think about this argument and the whole gesture seemed ruined. He accused me of being ungrateful. We recounted this story to his friends. I don't have many friends as we moved here recently. And they all agreed that he paid for it, so I should just be happy. But I feel like if he wanted to pay for a gift that I had picked out, was about to purchase myself, then it's not fair to make me wait months for it. Am I the asshole for being upset about him keeping it and not wanting to wear the bracelet anymore? I was about to let us talk, but hold on. Info. He did give me the bracelet right after the discussion, but as you can imagine, I wasn't happy at the moment, as anyone would imagine. I was almost in tears from trying and failing to explain my point of view, and he was also feeling frustrated.
Okay.
To start, your feelings are not invalid. However you feel, your feelings are not invalid, right? Your feelings are valid, basically.
They
So
are
you being
valid.
upset is valid. You are allowed to be upset. That is allowed to make you upset. You were prepared to buy this for yourself and start wearing it because you were prideful. You were so happy. You were like, oh my god, I got my job. I have enough money to buy myself this bracelet. He then
Yeah.
comes in and offers to buy it for you, to be like, I can get this for you. Like, don't worry. You have your job. You save that money. You keep that money. I'll get it for you. And then he doesn't give it to you. And instead of giving it to you, he's like, no, no, no. It's now a birthday gift. I don't like that. She
No,
wanted
I don't
it.
like
And
that
instead,
either.
it's basically like when someone, here's an example. Someone goes, ooh, I really like that Lego set. I really want that Lego set. But they gloss over it. It's one of those things. A good partner would listen and hear it and get it for you and be like, let me write that down for your birthday. But if you're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I love that Lego set. I'm gonna get me that Lego set. Not right now. I need to get the cash, but I will get that Lego set. And they go, no, 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 I'll get it. They get it, and then they're like, well, I know you were buying it to build it now, but actually you have to wait. No! Bless me. No! No! You're taking it and now trying to be manipulative about it, in my opinion, and controlling. Like being like, yeah, you could have bought it, but actually I'm gonna get it for you. Because at first it was a kind gesture, but then keeping it from her, and when she was like, oh, I was hoping to wear it now, instead of going, oh, yeah, sure, 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 sure. I was gonna keep it to your birthday, but if you want it now, that's fine. You go, no, I'm keeping it for your birthday.
Yeah.
What? And then being, and then sitting there and being like, well, you should just be grateful. I bought it. No, she's allowed to be upset about it. And him not even
Yeah.
trying to understand her point of view is very toxic, in my opinion. Like, you should listen and try to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, she obviously is like, I understand his point of view of being like, he bought it for me and he wanted to keep it. She's like, I hear him. But it sounds like he's not even listening to her. Instead, he's just like,
No, he's not.
ah, whatever.
He doesn't. I don't know. It's.
Yeah. Top comment. Not the asshole. I find the one saying you're the asshole so strange. It feels like a weird play by your husband. I would not be happy if I was going to buy myself something with my own money, then have my significant other tell me they would buy it for me, then refuse to give it to me. Honestly, you should go out and buy a completely different bracelet and wear it with pride. I agree.
Yeah.
OP responded, this is exactly how it felt, like a power or control move. I think I used a similar term when we discussed it. Like I was going to buy it and you bought it out from under me, so now I can't have it? Yeah. Like at first glance, it's very cute. It's like, I'm gonna buy this for me. And he's like, no, no, no. I got it for you, babe. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That, stop right there. Full cute. Full stop, cute. Swooning, falling in love, marry me.
Yeah.
Taking it and then going, oh, but you can't have it. That is a control power move. And it feels like a way of you trying to be like, I have money, so I can get it. And like, while you could get it, I have enough to get it right now. I can get it in this exact moment, and you can't. So you don't get it. No.
Yeah.
You know what it feels like? I'm gonna put it in my terms. I go to Barnes and Nobles. I grab a book. I'm like, oh my god, I really want this book. I'm gonna come back next week when I get my next paycheck, and I'm gonna get this book. Someone comes
Yeah.
in, snatches it from my hand, and is like, actually, I'm gonna get you this book. You don't get it till Christmas. I'm taking that book from your grubby little hands, smacking you upside the head with it, and then I'm gonna buy it.
I'm turning around and buying it.
I'm turning around and buying it immediately now because that's so funny, and I'm going to read this book over and over and over again. Every time laughing and thinking about how you really tried to pull that power move on me. That's my book. Like, no. I just said I can get it, and I will be reading it. If I want something and I'm like, I'm gonna get it for myself, then I want it now. If it's something where like I want it but it can wait, I'll put it on my damn Christmas list.
Yeah.
Like, I'll make a comment and be like, oh my god, I really like that. Maybe if somebody could get that for me. That's me saying I want it later.
Yeah.
Like today, you know what I bought myself today? Even though I really shouldn't have, but I did anyways. A weighted Appa stuffed animal. It was on YouTube, so it was limited edition. I had to get it immediately because it's gone in 6 days. So what did I do?
Fair.
I bought it.
About
Am
it.
I upset at myself for spending money? Yes. But is it justified? Yeah. Because it's Appa. Hey guys, this is a little blip. This is either going to be thrown in the last video because, like, the video that... This is either going to be thrown into the video where all of my stories kept getting deleted, and there's only like 6 stories, or this is going to be thrown into my next episode, which will be recorded with one other person, and not just me and Julia. Either way, enjoy the story. I'm filming it on a time crunch, so I will be reading fast. Please enjoy. Like and subscribe. Smile! Okay. This is on True Off My Chest. My husband just left me because he's been hit on by a woman for the first time in his life.
What?
God, I am so angry at, I don't know, everything right now. And this feels so effed up. I don't even want to talk to my best friend about this right now. It hurts so much at the moment. My husband just told me he's leaving me, and I can't believe the reason. I just need to give some background info. I, 34 female, and my husband, 38 male, had been married for almost 2 years. We dated for 2 years before that, so overall, a bit more than 4 years. He's always been very insecure about himself. Even though he has a great personality, or so I thought, is generous, caring, can express his emotion, and all this stuff. When I got to know him better, I couldn't believe he wasn't taken. In fact, he had only been in 2 relationships in his life, both 5+ years long though. He told me that's because he's shy and ugly, and women don't really want anything from him. Like, ever. Especially not good-looking ones. I'm fairly conventionally attractive, and he has kept telling me this for the past years, how lucky he feels to finally have found his dream woman, then her being as attractive as me. I was worried at the beginning, though, so I let him court me quite a bit before going out with him for the first time, etc. I really was fearing for some dark secret of his that I hadn't uncovered yet. Plus, I don't want to look easy. But turns out, no. He's a really sweet guy and was just very shy. I also don't think he's ugly. He's not in any way super handsome or so, and frankly, originally I thought he was not my type, but his charm melted all of that away quickly. Once we started thoroughly dating, things went fast because it all was so wonderful. Well, apparently a while ago, he was on his own in the outside area of a restaurant having lunch when this woman went by and apparently struck up a conversation with him. He's shown me a picture of her since I asked him, and she is drop dead gorgeous. Maybe I'm exaggerating because I'm so mad, but she definitely looked better than me, I have to admit. He didn't tell me much about what they talked about, just that she was very friendly and they exchanged numbers and started texting more and more often. He says she at some point openly started pursuing him even though she knew he was married, saying she just really fell for him and couldn't let this opportunity pass. He said that he was hesitant once he realized that she was hitting on him, and he was also excited because this literally has never happened in his life. In the past, he repeatedly said that women, at least attractive ones like me, have it easy because we can lean back and let the guys approach us. Whereas for him, it was always hard to work to even get a single date. I always replied that it's not really like that, and that being attractive has its own problems. And he then always reminded me of the fact that he had to work really hard to get me to date him too. He swears he only met her one time for lunch after the first encounter, and that he thinks it's not yet an affair. However, he thinks he wants to go forward with her because, as he put it, this is the first time a woman who is genuinely interested in me, and I don't have to text her for 3 months to get a date or anything. I can't let this pass. Or something along those lines. My memory is a bit hazy. The 3 months refer to the time it took him to get a date with me, by the way. And that is why he says he's breaking up with me. He says it's the right thing to do because he wants to continue contact with her. He also feels doing that would be emotional cheating, and he doesn't want to cheat on me. So he ends it before actually starting something with her. I feel devastated. I know there's nothing I can do. I want to be mad at him, but I am also mad at myself. I really liked him when we first met. Why did I have to give him a hard time? If I had said what I wanted back then, if I had pursued him instead of playing hard to get, he probably wouldn't be interested in that woman. But I always felt if a woman does that, she shows she's easy. And I didn't just want to get laid. So I thought I must act that way. And now it is biting me in the butt. And I, of course, am very mad at him, but he didn't even cheat on me. He's behaving exactly the way I always say people should act when they fall in love with someone else. I kind of wish he had actually cheated on me with her. That would actually make it easier. Thanks for letting me rant. I don't need advice. I know I'm fucked. Edit. Holy F, this blew up so much. First, thank you all so much for the comments. This is much appreciated. And also some of you made me really think. I still feel this unwarranted, and he was so unhappy he should have told me. But I guess I wasn't as good of a wife as I thought. I didn't really show him I love him and why. I didn't put in much effort, and someone said he was starving for attention, and I guess that's my fault in a way. Ugh. Still, I think just dropping me like this isn't right. I managed to get the courage to talk to my best friend, and we'll meet later so I can tell her everything. She spontaneously will take me out for a spa weekend. I hope I can get my head cleared there. I was so scared, and she was not at all condescending. She's the best. I feel like I could have mustered up the courage for that were it not for all your support, so thank you all so much, even the critical ones. Okay. First off, he did cheat. He took another woman's phone number, went on a lunch date with her, whether it's a date or not. Whether you want to say that it's cheating or not, it's cheating. He took another woman's number, openly let them flirt with him, maybe even flirted back. Who knows? And he says that he's not emotionally cheating yet. He is. He wants to continue talking to her. He has feelings for her. He cheated. There's cheating there. Boom, right there.
Yeah.
Hands down, cheated. Like, there's nothing. Second off, it's not your fault. This cheating is not your fault. Waiting 3 months to start dating someone, that's like a dating rule that you should wait 3 months. Not that everybody listens to it. Case in point, me. I don't always listen to that. But waiting 3 months is good because people reveal themselves. You can't hold up a lie for that long. Okay?
Yeah.
You just, not normal people can. So, like, waiting 3 months is fine. Playing hard to get is fine. If he really didn't want that, and if he kept putting that on you and being rude about it, that's on him, and you should have shut that down. Because that's not okay. That's you protecting yourself, and him being like, how dare you make me wait, and being rude to you, not okay. You wanting to protect yourself is totally normal and totally fine and totally safe. Him acting like this is beyond rude and not okay. No, don't stand for this. And her blaming herself, babe, don't. Please, oh my god. I know it's hard, and I can't wait for her to heal and realize how silly it is, because that's how we always feel when this happens, is we blame ourselves, and then we realize that's so silly. If he was unhappy and wanted you to show more love and give more attention, he should have said that, not gone and went out with another person. She does good. She recognizes, like, I could have done better. I could have shown my love better. Put that into your next relationship. And he should have, if it was a true love relationship, and if everybody was mature and not whatever this is, I'm talking about him, not her.
Yeah.
He should have said something. Come up and been like, hey, OP, I'm not feeling loved and cherished, and I wish I could have more. Boom. You're married. That shouldn't be hard.
No.
Oh my god. And also, someone messing with a married man, wrong. Get out of here. You're gross.
It's wrong on so many levels.
Top comment. Do not worry. If that woman is drop dead gorgeous and pursued him while she knew he was married, then she is bonkers and trash. And this will bite both of them in their asses soon enough. This is the case where trash took itself out. Your husband should have worked on his self-esteem issues and not jump for the first woman who gave him attention. You are not at fault in the situation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. God. Vile, vile, vile behavior from this man.
Yeah.
No. No. No, 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 no. No. Don't. No. Evil man, evil man, evil man. That was posted 6 days ago. We have an update from 4 hours ago. Hopefully she realizes, like, he's just a piece of trash, and she's amazing. Girl, stop blaming yourself. It makes me feel so bad. You were a queen, and he is a frog. As well, okay, like a toad. Like an ugly, ugly toad. Not a frog, because frogs are cute. I love you, Dewey.
Frogs are cute.
Frogs are cute.
Do
Okay.
it.
Update. My husband just left me because he's been hit on by a woman for the first time in his entire life. Which also isn't true. Obviously, she hit on her own husband. So. Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. A couple days ago, I posted here about my husband suddenly leaving me because of, well, having experienced for the first time that a woman actually showed active interest in him. Since links are not allowed in the subreddit, please check my profile for the post history. Yesterday, my husband and I met for the first time since he up and left last Friday. And frankly, after the meetup, I was very shaken. So it took me until today to be able to write about it. Sorry. Since so many people have reached out to me with helpful comments and all, I think you deserve an update. But I really wasn't up to it yesterday. Also, this is really long, so sorry in advance. There's just so much to cope with. So here we go.
Oh my lord.
There's more! Oh, sorry guys, I just showed Julia. It's a lot. I'm gonna be reading a little fast, okay? So here we go. This situation felt very awkward, and I got the impression the whole time that he genuinely feels sorry for how things were, and that what he's doing hurts me. Also, by the way, it is good on him for leaving, for recognizing that he likes a different woman and leaving. But he is a horrible human being for even taking her phone number.
Yeah.
The only good point that he gets is for leaving when he realizes he is a problem. But the point goes away because of his actions. Anyways, I shall continue. The situation felt very awkward, and I got the impression the whole time that he genuinely feels sorry for how things were, and that what he is doing hurts me. I know many of you said he's a douche, a cheater, and whatnot, and I really, really understand you and are mad at him myself. But on the other hand, you all do not know him like I do. He's a very honest person. He despises lying, and is really bad at this. He carries his heart on his tongue, and I know him well enough to sense his feelings. Did that help me? Not much. Now, even if I wished I could paraphrase our talk, and I am sure I will miss certain things, and overall it was a mixture of him telling and me asking questions, and this is all a big flurry in my head, so I'll just summarize, I guess. First, he told me that he really, really loved me, and he still does, but he feels that his feelings for the new woman are stronger. He told me her name, let's call her Jasmine, not her real name. He admits Jasmine is gorgeous, but claims that on its own was in no way relevant to his decision. Yeah, right. He told me that she originally approached him because of a book he was reading during lunch. Supposedly, the book's author is her uncle, and was able to tell my husband some funny stories about the time her uncle drafted the book. He says he and Jasmine have very similar interests. Jasmine also reads sci-fi, as he does, because of said uncle, who's a sci-fi author, and both like gaming and stuff. He says after they exchanged numbers, they initially only wrote about stuff like that, and later on they talked about other hobbies and interests and found more and more and more common ground, as he puts it. He also admitted, that like 2 weeks or so ago, he started to wonder if he could actively tell me about her, seeing how she turned from an acquaintance to what he deems a friend. I interjected that they don't know each other for long enough to consider her a friend, and he says he feels Jasmine is really genuine with him. This is a man who cannot pick up social cues unless they are spelled out for him, but whatever. He also feels a lot more in tune with Jasmine than he does with me. Admittedly, we seem to have less common interest, but never felt like I have to be exactly like my partner. Opposites can complement each other well, and I also felt we do. Well, looks like he feels much happier with someone catering to his interests a lot more. He also became a bit self-critique then. Oh, pausing here. I meant to say on the last one how he was like, pretty girls don't like me. He's pulling the nice guys always finish last bullshit, where it's like, I'm a nice guy and I might not be like a 10 out of 10, but like girls still don't like me. Shut up. If you're pretty on the inside, if you're ugly on the inside, that's why people don't like you. If you're ugly on the outside and a pretty inside, people will love you. No, stop. The reason you're thinking that way is because you're thinking like a man and not like a woman.
Ow.
Women don't go for... Okay, I'm speaking like... I'm generalizing. I don't mean to generalize. Not everybody is like that way. Not all men think that way. Not all women think this way. But a lot of women think in like, oh, his personality is like amazing. and are like, look. And usually the friends are like, he's ugly. And she's like, no, but his personality, the photo's just bad. That's how a lot of conversations go with girls. We go
That's
for
how a lot of
personality.
conversations go between me and RJ.
We also have very different types.
We
So
have
it doesn't help.
so much.
Okay.
We would never fight over somebody because of our
No.
different types.
Mm-mm. Okay. He also became a bit self-critique then. He says after he left for his friend's place, he just sat down and reread this conversation history with Jasmine, and he realized that she had indeed been flirting with him before she told him she wanted more. It didn't start out flirtatious, but he admits he totally missed that. He opened up the app on his phone and showed me the beginning, and then when she started flirting. He might have tuned the messages, but at least the beginnings really read friendly. The flirtatious parts, however, were blatantly obvious in my eyes, but he actually blames himself for that and says that while that didn't change his feelings for her, it means he should have noticed that earlier. And while he said, make this decision to pursue her earlier, that sort of broke me, and I started sobbing because it sounds as if I never had a chance compared to Jasmine. He even wanted to console me. I allowed that for a couple minutes, then I saw some distance again. It both felt good and bad and to be in his arms. Then it was time to ask me why she's so attractive to him that he leaves me, his wife, for just a mere possibility of being with another woman. I mentioned that someone, I didn't say Reddit, suggested she might be a scam, or just interested in breaking up a marriage and going after men who are taken and such. He, of course, vehement. Well, I'm looking at you to help me with this word. Vehemently denied that. Whatever. Suddenly, they just met last Sunday to go out for dinner. And they talked about the fact that she approached him even though he's married. She claims to have really bad conscience about this, and that she never would have done it had she not felt such a deep connection between them, blah, blah, blah. I must admit I really struggled through that part, because if it is true, it hurts me, and if it isn't, it hurt even more that he fell for BS. He then told me in excruciating detail about his dating life, and how long he was a virgin, and how he always treated by girls back in middle school and high school, and by the woman in college and later on. How he really feels that he always has to be the one initiating, fighting even for a chance. He felt like he was always treated unworthy by almost all women, and how that made him bitter. He admitted that, and also how he always thought that someone who truly fits him personality, his character, his being, would be someone who would not make him jump through hoops, someone who'd outright tell him she is intrigued by him and wants him. He says he loves me dearly, and was always very grateful for being with me, but that even with me, he always felt somewhere between a beggar and the subject of a pity party, where I bestowed the grace of my companionship onto him instead of actually liking and wanting him. When I ask him whether that means he's settled for me, he vehemently, again, the damn word, he vehemently denied that.
Is it vehemently?
No, there's only one V.
Oh.
Vehemently. Vehemently? I've heard the word, I just can't say it. He vehemently denied that. He said, when we started to date, I really treated him better than any woman who had done before. So he really thought this was what he had been looking for, and before meeting Jasmine, he never felt like he needed more. I, of course, tried to tell him that he... Oh, okay. Just had to finish the whole sentence to understand. I, of course, tried to tell him that I'm not with him out of pity or anything, and explained why I made him wait 3 months, and why I think men should court the women, and so forth. And I also admitted that I might not have given him the appreciation he deserved. This time, it actually was his turn to drop tears for a bit. He said hearing that made him both grateful and unhappy that he never really communicated better about this. Guys, communicating is hard, but it fixes everything. Please just use your words. Oh, sorry.
You learned that in kindergarten. Use your words.
Dude, I told him that hearing him say that feels like he's putting the blame on me. And I swear to God, his eyes like doubled their size and he looked genuinely shocked. He apologized many times and said he did not want me to think he actually had any bad feelings about having to wait back then, and this is a situation where no one is to blame, especially not me. He said I have been a wonderful wife and all, but that with Jasmine, it just feels different, like a deeper connection that the two of us have, and that while he thought I was wonderful, he now realized that what he really was looking for in life was something else. I was with someone else. So he says reconciliation is not really an option because he realized that we're not right for each other. And even if it doesn't work out with Jasmine, he knows now that he really needs something that I am just not. I mentioned marriage counseling, and he said that it's not like our marriage has issues, it's the issue that we're just not right for each other. There are more things he said, and maybe I'll just add some later, but right now I'm too mentally exhausted, especially because I still don't feel like I can hate him, because he felt so freaking honest, and I think he at least truly believes all the things he said, but that woman still might be a total liar or a scam. He at least promised to be careful with her financial wise, but he assured me she's not that. I don't know what to make of all this. It hurts. I guess my marriage is over.
That was a lot.
Oh yeah, that's 20 minutes.
Oh my.
I gotta go. But I'm gonna give this some time because there's a lot to say about this. I'm glad he like spoke eventually, but like, come on.
Yeah.
There could have been communication literally in the beginning of her being like, hey. There could have been communication for her in the beginning of being like, hey, I want to wait a little bit just because, like, for myself. And he could have communicated a long time ago that he felt like a beggar and pity and whatever. But he needs to go to therapy over that whole thing. She needs to go to therapy over this whole thing because she still seems to be, like, a little bit blaming herself, which is really sad. Someone said, there's a part where he says no one is to blame. BS, him and the girlfriend are to blame. Cheating is a choice. They made it together. Totally true. They cheated. She flirted with a married man.
Yeah.
You flirted with a married man. Ay. How I've heard the saying, how you get them is how you lose them.
Exactly.
Oh, no. Whether this man cheats again or not, I don't know. Some people are one-time cheaters, but still. No.
Mm-mm.
Don't like that. And going for someone who would go after a married man? Yikes. That's like, you find out that the person you're dating also has another girlfriend and you were like the side girlfriend and then still dating him. Or like you start dating someone and you know that they have a partner already, they break up with the partner and you still stay with them. If they cheated on somebody else for you, they're going to cheat on you, babe. Especially if they waited till they got caught. Yeah. Like, oh my god, no. Like, this guy has points for, like, talking and, like, communicating and getting a divorce instead of just keeping a silent thing. But the points are lost also because that's the bare minimum. You reach the bare minimum. You are not going to get more for not, I feel so much pity for this woman. And not that I mean to pity her, but, like, I feel so much empathy for her. Mm-hmm. And I feel so sorry for her. And this poor woman. I'm glad that she will go find somebody who's better for her. I don't know. There's a part where it was like he wanted somebody that like fit him perfectly and like somebody who had all the same interests. I don't feel like two people need to have the same interests to be together. Like, if your interests complement each other, it's great. Like, if somebody likes watching movies and you like reading, or someone likes gaming and you like reading, or if somebody likes going on hikes and you like nature, boom, they complement each other. Smack them together. You don't need to have the same interest to like someone. That's just not. Smack them together. Because I feel like if, like, there's some hobbies where if two people like the same thing, I don't feel like it's going to work. Because, like, even if two people like the same thing, they could have different opinions. Like, two people who like gaming, but one's like the cozy games and the other likes the first-person shooter games. They might not mesh very well. No. They might. They could. There's tons of people who mesh very well like that. But, like, even then, sometimes having the same hobby isn't always good. Because then you don't get... That's one way to also become codependent, is by spending so much time doing something together that when you break up, you're like, I can't even do that anymore. Which, it's okay, like, it's okay sometimes if you break up and you're like, I can't do that anymore. As long as you grow and heal and you can eventually do it again, that's what matters. But still. Oh, yeah. Like, oh, this poor woman. I'm gonna end this episode. Okay? We love you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you subscribe, you join the community. You become one of my blood bats because we're vampires here. Oh, yeah. Welcome to the community. Become a blood bat today for free. Subscribe. Leave a like. Also, leave your opinions in the comment. If you disagree with us, let us know. If you have more other things to say, put it down below. We're not going to get mad. No hate here. We all have our own opinions. That's human free will. Okay, thank you guys. Love you guys. Bye.